Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'll be doing a review of the Chelsea game, but also mainly I'm going to be talking about what the hell has happened to Cole Palmer recently. He's been off his game recently, and I'm going to deep dive and potentially what could happen to him as the season goes on. But he's very lucky that our attacking depth isn't much, doesn't really have much at the moment, especially with all the injuries that we've got. But before I get into the video, I hope you guys all check out the subscribe button right here so we can get to 300 subscribers on YouTube. That would be unbelievable, especially yesterday because I had 200 subs yesterday and now I'm almost closing on 300. Like that would be an absolute great milestone. So hit the subscribe button if you want down below in the comments or just down below there. Hit the subscribe button and yeah. So interesting times. Cole Palmer is not being good recently for us. There he is. If you don't know who he is, yeah, he's been suffering a lot for us lately, and he has been very been suffering. Hasn't scored a goal or got an assist since January 5th against Crystal Palace away from home. He hasn't got a goal or an assist since that point. And considering he's created 32 chances, and now today he missed a penalty. That for me, it might not be the start for the downfall, but you know, like literally penalties is his bread and butter. Like that should be going in every time. He had 13 consecutive penalties in a row, and now he broke it today against Leicester, where he literally shot it straight at the keeper almost. The keeper had to dive, but I mean, and he just probably just doesn't have the luck at the moment, unfortunately for him. But he's a great player, so hopefully he can come back and be even stronger for the upcoming games, especially considering we've got some big games coming up, like Arsenal, like Tottenham, and then you got Liverpool, Newcastle, Forest at the end of the season. Like we need him to start. We need Palmer to start hitting the ground and really start to go all in, go and start scoring the goals. Hopefully he can have a good end to the season. But I think he's on 14 goals at the moment right now. I don't know. Fact check me in the comments if you want. I think he's on 14 goals. I'm not really sure. I think apart from Nkunku, he's scored more than anyone else at the club at the moment. But still, he's created so many chances. But it's just our attackers can't. Well, Chelsea's attackers can't finish the dinner. And yeah, it's been a very frustrating second half of the season for Cole Palmer so far. I expect him to hopefully bounce back soon. We do have Copenhagen in the Conference League, but obviously, when you're Cole Palmer and off the back of last season, where he was sort of fresh on the scene, new on the scene, and sort of made that absolute massive breakout season. When he scored those goals, when he just felt like he scored every week, like the hat trick against United, 4 against Everton, and then even this season 4 against Brighton. Like that was absolutely crazy. But I think obviously now you're gonna have a bit of a target on your back. You're not gonna be teams aren't gonna not mark you, and yeah, he's probably just suffering from that at the moment. But great players overcome these challenges, and it could potentially, this run might split him from being a good player to a great player, and all good players like him go through runs like this where you just feel like nothing's ever going to go back in the back of the net, and potentially it could be hurting for Chelsea right now, especially considering we need him to fire for top 4, to fire us into the top 4. Because I think him adding the goals would be very very nice, and could win us a couple more games at the end of the season. But it's also not like he's not getting opportunities. Like he's getting opportunities to score. He's not burying them at the moment. It's just his luck, which is kind of unfortunate for him. But it's just the way that sport goes, and unfortunately, not all the good players are supposed to play great all the time. But also, it means some of the other players like Sancho and Neto and Nkunku and Madueke. I know he's injured at the moment, and Jackson also he's injured at the moment. But it's probably time for them to start stepping up. hopefully they sort of think, well, if Palmer's on good form, maybe it's time for me to step up. If the best player at our club is not the best is not the most in form, well then I want to step up and I want to become the main man at this football club. Especially if I think personally in Kunku, he needs to sort of step his game up because he's not been good enough for us this ever since he's really joined us. I know he has had a couple of injuries here and there, but still, I personally think that he hasn't really given us the output that I thought he would, especially when we first signed him. Because I was so excited when we first signed him from RB Leipzig, and he would have been an absolute electric signing. But just things just don't work out, and oh well. Nkunku potentially on the way out, but also I'm getting off track with this. But Cole Palmer, yeah, I'm expecting him to sort of bounce back till the end of the season. I know he has this probably about his fifth or sixth stinker in a row, and he's not showing the performances of before, where it was absolutely goals are flying in, assists, great passes, great play, everything, and even some people, even I thought at one point he was the best in the world, but he's not really finding that form at the moment, unfortunately for him. And hopefully he can get back into that form to play for us and score goals and get us into the Champions League. Because if we do make Champions League, he's a big player. All these big sides would have a target on him. But obviously, as I said earlier, you do probably create a big target on your back especially as you get better, like Palmer, and sort of burst onto the scene. You do have a bit more of a target on your back with all these, with him scoring all the goals, getting all the assists, creating headaches for teams. You're gonna get when you're someone like him, Cole Palmer, you're gonna probably have to potentially, double team him, do everything to try and stop him. Because if you don't stop him, well then you're literally screwed. But I hope you all enjoyed. Smash a like, hit the subscribe button, comment some of your thoughts about Cole Palmer down below, and what your thoughts on his form right now. I mean, I'm pretty sad as a Chelsea supporter, but I'm hoping that he can turn things around for us and have the Champions League spot. So thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one.